esteemed members, very warm welcome to you all, and thank you for coming in fairly decent numbers despite very tight schedule of most of you. I know a lot of things are happening over here, and your presence here today is very impressive number despite your demanding schedules, reflects your commitment to IBC. Thank you once again. A special welcome to our new members as also to our esteemed guests. The IBC was established about 4 years back to facilitate trade and business between India, Mauritius and Africa. Our diverse membership comprises prominent Indian and Mauritian companies, employees from very well-known organizations, as well as a lot of entrepreneurs. Today's topic centers around principles of ancient scriptures, and particularly in today's world is very important when we are going through a lot of changes, a lot of turmoil, and our text offer valuable insights into human nature, ethics and strategic decision making. We are very honored to have with us a very distinguished speaker, Dr. Vinodwala Arun, fondly known as Vinuji, who is an authority on this subject. Vinuji is the president of the Ramayan Center in Mauritius, an organization established by the Act of Parliament in 2001, and that's very important, 2001, to promote and propagate the values of Ramayan, not only in Mauritius but across the world, and they have really lived up to it. She holds a master's degree in multiple subjects: Sanskrit, philosophy, and Sanskrit, psychology and Hindi from India, and also a PhD from Mauritius. Her PhD dissertation was a comparative study of ethical values of Ramayana and Ramcharitmanas and their impact on the Hindu society of Mauritius. It highlights her deep engagement with ethical philosophy and cultural studies. Vinuji had been a senior lecturer with the MGI, and she also served as the first Secretary General of the Hindi Secretariat, which has got its office over here in Mauritius. She is a prolific author, has written multiple books and over hundreds of articles. For over 4 decades, she has been a speaker with Mauritian National Radio on a variety of subjects, as well as with MBC TV. She had been invited, be it including World Hindi Conference, World Ramayana Conference in various countries. Vinuji, we are honored to and excited to hear your talk on business and management lessons from Indian scriptures. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me for a warm round of applause for Dr. Vinodwala. I now leave this forum to you. Thank you. Would you like to speak here, or would you like, whichever is comfortable? Thank you.
Namaskar and good evening to all of you. Respected Dr. Suresh Nandaji, President, Indian Business Council, Mr. Somnath Adyaji, Vice President, IBC, members of the Management Committee, members of IBC Mauritius, distinguished guests and members of the press, आप सबको मेरा सादर नमस्कार. First of all, I would like to express my sincere thanks to Dr. Suresh Nandaji for giving me the opportunity to say a few words on such a meaningful topic, that is business and management, lessons from Indian scriptures. Before coming to the subject, I wish to affirm that I'm not an authority in business and management. Each one of you is a distinguished professional and a leader in the corporate world. However, when Bhai Suresh ji invited me, I felt really honored and happily accepted his offer. So thank you. Since the beginning of time, human life has been about management. Management is part and parcel of our life. It's central to our life, whether it is our individual life, social life, family life, business, industries, everywhere we see management. Even today, when this event had to be organized, lot of management. So without management, we can't do anything in life. So it's not essential only for the big organizations, big institutions, but it is required for anyone who aims to be effective and efficient. In this lecture, I will discuss 3 key points of business and management, namely head of organization, that is leadership, employees, that is teamwork, and customer or consumer, that is creativity. As far as I understand, maintaining the balance among these 3 aspects and integrating them with each other is the key to the success of any business. Scriptures of each religion offer many principles for good management. Our Hindu texts, such as Kautilya's Arthashastra, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Panchatantra, Hitopadesh, Vidur Niti, they all are the treasures of principles, teachings and lessons which are being followed by successful corporates to govern their organizations in today's time as well. My focus today will be on teachings and learnings from Ramayana, Ramcharitmanas and Chanakya Niti, because Sureshji really wanted Chanakya to be incorporated. So the Ramayana is celebrated as a text on leadership and management. Lord Ram and Hanumanji have set great examples of effective management. In Chitrakoot, Sri Ram imparts lessons on governance to Bharat. Though Sri Ram's teachings are primarily in the context of the kingdom and its kinghood, yet these lessons are relevant to today's organizations and their leaders. Sri Ram's advice on governance and politics is described in length in a chapter of Ayodhya Kand in Valmiki Ramayana. Those who are interested, you can refer to the number 100 canto of Ayodhya Kand. It's so amazing what Sri Ram is not teaching, but what Sri Ram is recommending to Bharat, how he should rule Ayodhya's kingdom. 1 or 2 lessons I will share with you. Sri Ram warns Bharat that one should maintain neither too much distance nor too much closeness with one's employees. He considers consultation to be the key to success and cautions Bharat against making serious decisions alone or with too many people. According to him, any consultation remains confidential between 4 years only. But when it reaches to 6 years, it becomes public. So we have to be in business also, we have to be very cautious that when we are making policies, they are not going to public before they are implemented. Chanakya, also known as Kautilya, wrote one of the earliest books, and you will be surprised to know how old is the book. 3rd century BC, means from now nearly 2300 years back he wrote his Arthashastra. And this book is based on the governance It outlines the details of the duties of a king and the means by which he can maintain the balance between power and keeping his subjects happy and prosperous. He prescribed, Yasya krityam na jananti mantram va mantritam pare kritame vasya jananti sa vai rajarshihi uchyate. The meaning, the person whose envisioned plans and strategies remain obscured from their adversaries, whose acts become known only after they are achieved, they are accomplished, is undoubtedly the wise man. Only such a person deserves the position of leadership. So we can see these teachings, how relevant they are even today. Business should be based on ethics, righteousness, and transparency. Customers' welfare should always be safeguarded. Mahabharata states, Atmanah pratikulani paresham na samacharet. I try to keep this as motto of my life because it's small saying but very, very beautiful. Atmana pratikulani paresham na samacharet. It means do not do to others what you do not want done to you. Do not have an attitude towards others which you do not wish to have towards your own self. जो हम नहीं चाहते हैं कि कोई हमें करे, वो हमें दूसरे के लिए भी नहीं करना चाहिए. यदि हमें प्यार चाहिए, हमें इज्जत चाहिए, तो हमें पहले वो प्यार, वो इज्जत दूसरों को देनी पड़ेगी. So this should be our motto of business also, that our customers, they are treated properly. It is also, however, critical to be diplomatic within your business and set win-win strategies that allow both the corporation and the customer to feel in a state of power. Ramayana teaches that while taking any decision, we should focus on ours as well as others' welfare. When Ravan abducted Sita, Sri Ram reached Lanka with his forces to rescue her. He could have immediately launched an attack on Ravan, but he did not do so. His intention was to avoid bloodshed and have a peaceful solution. Sri Ram consulted Jamuvan, the eldest of the group, and asked for his advice. Jamavantji suggested sending Angad as a peace envoy to Ravan. Sri Ram honored his advice and instructed Angad on how he should converse with Ravan upon meeting him. He advised Angad to keep two objectives in mind during the conversation. First, their own objective to be achieved, and second, no harm occurs to Ravan. A beautiful chaupai Tulsidas ji has written, which I really love. Kaju hamar tasu hit hoi, ripusan karehu batak hi soi. Kaju hamar, hamara kaam bhi ho jaye. He says, Angad, when you are going to have a dialogue with Ravan, keep two things in mind. Kaju hamar, हमारा काम हो जाए. What is हमारा काम? Sita comes back safely and respectfully. And what is the other? Tasu hit hoi. Who can think of this? Sri Ramji is thinking that even no harm should occur to Ravan. Tasu hit hoi. Uska bhi bhala ho jaye. Ripusan karehu batak hi soi. So Ripu, मेरा जो दुश्मन है रावण, उसके साथ बतकही डायलॉग जब करना तो इन दो बातों को याद रखना. I think even in business we have to apply this, that when we are doing business, हमारा काम तो हो, हमको तो प्रॉफिट मिले, लेकिन हमारे कस्टमर का भी कोई नुकसान नहीं हो, नहीं तो वो फिर आपके पास आएगा नहीं. Sri Ram's instruction is immensely valuable, emphasizing a balanced approach where both parties benefit. The principle is applicable to all spheres of life, be it family, society, business, politics, diplomatic relations, as well as international affairs. An efficient leader recognizes each team member's talents and capabilities, assigns tasks according to their skills, and encourages them regularly. The story from the Ramayana illustrates this concept perfectly through the actions of Sri Ram and Jamavati. When the plan to search for Sita was made, teams were sent in all the 4 directions. Recognizing Hanuman's potential, Sri Ram entrusted him with his ring so that Hanuman could deliver his message to Sita. Upon reaching the seashore, when everyone was wondering who could take on the challenge of crossing the vast ocean, Jamvan reminded Hanuman of his latent powers and motivated him, because Hanumanji was sitting quietly. Everyone was saying, I can go, but I cannot come back. I could have done some years back, but now I have become weak. But Hanumanji was quiet. He was very polite person. He's sitting quiet. And then Jamvant is motivating him. Just hear the words which Tulsidas ji has used. What Jamvant ji is saying for Hanumanji. He says, "Kahi reach pati sunu Hanumana, ka chup sadhi rahe hu balwana, pavan tanay bal pavan samana, बुद्धि विवेक विज्ञान निधाना, कवन सो काज कठिन जग माही, जो नहीं होई तात तुम पाही, राम काज लगी तब अवतारा, सुनत ही भयउ पर्वताकारा." He's sitting quietly, but Jamvant ji knows the potential of Hanumanji, and he is motivating by saying, "Kaha chup sadhi rahe hu balwana? You are so mighty, but why you are keeping quiet? Why don't you say something? Pavan tanay bal pavan samana. You are son of Pavan, Vayuputra, and you have the energy, you have the strength as Pavan, as Vayu. Not only this, you are buddhi viveka vijnana nidhana. You are the treasure of intellect, knowledge, wisdom, and kavan so kaaj kathina jagmahi. Which work is difficult in this world which you cannot do?" And when he says, "Ram kaj lagi tab avatara," you have come on this earth to do the work of, to do the task of Sri Ram. Sunatahi bhayavu parvatakara. That Hanumanji who was sitting quietly, jo chupchap baithe the, he takes his real form, he becomes like a mountain. And you know the story, how after getting this motivation, he has accomplished all the tasks of Sri Ram, not only one, not only going and getting the news of Sita ji. Motivates his followers. The best of any person can be achieved even if his small efforts are appreciated. Maybe I can't do big job, but still, if I have moved one step, even that is great, and the credit should be given. A corporate's true success relies not as much on its access to innumerable external resources, but on the strength of its leader's courage and positive mindset. When Lord Ram engaged in battle with Ravan, Ravan was sitting in a chariot. He was equipped with all sorts of weapons. He had a charioteer, he was having armor, and whatever was required to win a battle. In contrast, Lord Ram had nothing of that sort, which made Vibhishan ji very anxious. विभीषण परेशान हो जाते हैं। विभीषण जी को लगता है मेरा तो राज तिलक हो चुका है, लेकिन लगता नहीं है कि राम जी जीतेंगे। So he becomes anxious and he questioned how Ram could possibly fight against Ravan. Hearing this, मैं होती तो और पैनिक हो जाती। I could have said, yes, you see, I don't have any means, I'm miserable, I'm really going to lose. So half of the battle I could have lost without going in the battlefield. But Sri Ram, in contrast, used this moment to encourage all his soldiers through Vibhishan and asserted that victory in battle is achieved not through external weapons only, but through inner strength. And the couplets which Tulsidas ji has written and which Ramji is saying to Vibhishan are beautiful. I'll just quote, Ravan rathi birath raghubira, dekhi Vibhishan bhayau adhira, adhik preeti ban bhasandeha, bandi charan kah sahit saneha, nath narath nahi tan pad trana, kehi vidhi jitab veer balwana, सुनहु सखा कह कृपा निधाना, जय जय होई सो स्यंदन आना, सौरज धीरज तेहि रथ चाका, सत्यशील दृढ़ ध्वजा पताका, बल विवेक दब परहित घोरे, क्षमा कृपा समतार झुझोरे. Quite long, but what is the essence that Sri Ram ji is saying? O Vibhishan, don't worry. जिस रथ में बैठकर विजय प्राप्त की जाती है, वो ये रथ नहीं है जिसमें रावण बैठा है, वो रथ कोई और है. वो रथ कैसा है? उस रथ में बल विवेक दम परहित घोड़े. उस रथ में जो घोड़े हैं वो कैसे हैं? बल means inner strength, विवेक, wisdom, dam, control of senses, satya, शील, all the ethical values he is just enumerating, that these values are important to run a good life. Not only the physical things, not only the material things are important, though they are important, but they are not everything. क्योंकि राम जी ने तो अपनी inner power से ही रावण को हराया था. He defeated Ravan, the mightiest of the demon kings, who had enormous wealth and a vast squad of fully armed soldiers and strategists by his inner strength and boosting the morale of his army. Companies should have complete knowledge of the strength and weakness of their competitor and be introspective and plan strategies accordingly. Hanuman's mission to Lanka was not only to deliver Lord Ram's message to Sita, but as a very motivated follower. He also assessed Ravan's military might, valor, weaknesses, and also Lanka's power structure. By entering Ravan's kingdom and causing havoc, Hanuman demonstrated that victory in battle comes not just through physical strength, but also by psychological impact. By setting Lanka ablaze, he diminished Ravan's morale. This incident teaches us that intelligence, courage, and psychological tactics are as essential as physical strength in adversity. Chanakya also recommends the same. He says, Yasya krityam na vignanti shita mushnam bhayam rati samriddhir asimriddhirva sarvai raja shivuchyate. The meaning of this verse is that person who can achieve things beyond the limitations of external and internal circumstances, whose judgments are not impaired by attachments, who remains sane in prosperity or adversity, is undoubtedly a wise person capable of the position of power. Similarly, corporates must acquire the requisite knowledge of their competitors do their SWOT analysis and plan their course of action accordingly. Work environment should be such where employees feel fearless to express themselves to their leader. If there is any flaw or deficiency, they should be able to bring it openly to the leader's attention. They should not be the yes men who prioritize their own interest over those of the organization. The majority of governance and management issues start when yes men begin to take place of right men. When Ravan received the news that Sri Ram had crossed the sea with his army and has reached Lanka, he sought advice from his ministers on what to do next. But Ravan's ministers were also like Ravan, very flattering type of nature they had. Instead of giving him sound advice, they praised him and said, "Why do you worry? You have defeated both gods and demons. So who is Ram? What harm he can do to you? So you should not worry." They did not give the right advice to Ravan because Ravan liked to be flattered. In response to this, Tulsidas ji expressed in a couplet that ministers, physicians and preceptors, teachers should never tell falsehoods out of fear of displeasing or with hopes of benefit. सचिव वैद गुर तीन जो प्रिय बोलहि भय आस राज धर्म तन तीन कर हो ही बेगही नास. Sachiv means a minister, Vaid means doctor, and Guru is Guru, teacher, preceptor. ये तीनों यदि ये सोच करके गलत बोलते हैं कि मैं जिससे बात कर रहा हूँ वे मेरा कोई नुकसान कर देगा, या ये सोच करके कि यदि मैं अच्छा बोलूँगा तो मुझे इनाम मिलेगा, ऐसे लोग तीनों चीजों को नष्ट कर देते हैं. किसको किसको? सचिव है तो राज्य को नष्ट कर देगा, वैद्य है तो हमारे शरीर को नष्ट कर देगा, और गुरु है तो शिष्य को ही नष्ट कर देगा. इसलिए ऐसे जो चापलूस लोग हैं उनसे दूर रहने की कोशिश करनी चाहिए और इतना अधिकार देना चाहिए कि वो आके fearlessly अपनी बात आपसे कह सकें. Our text emphasize that decision should be grounded in ethical principles, even if the immediate outcome is not advantageous. For business leaders, this serves as a reminder that ethical decisions build long-term reputation and trust, which are invaluable assets for any organization. For example, in the Ramayana, Lord Ram's decision to uphold his father's promise, even at the cost of personal hardship, reflects the importance of integrity and trustworthiness in leadership. राम के मुंह से जो कहलवाया है तुलसीदास जी ने, so nice. He says, जब कैकेयी माँ उनको बुला के बोलती हैं कि मैं भरत को राज्य दे रही हूँ and you have to go for 14 years to exile, हम होते तो क्या करते? राज अभी मिलने वाला है 2 मिनट के अंदर और सब कुछ तख्ता पलट जाता है, बड़े बड़े कांप जाते हैं. लेकिन राम जी जो कहते हैं, I don't think anyone in the world can say these words. He says, मुनि हे माँ कैकेयी, don't worry, मुनिगण मिलन विशेष बन, सब ही भांति हित मोर, तेहि मह पितु आयसु बहुरी, सम्मत जननी तोर, भरत प्राण प्रिय पावनी राजू, विधि सब विधि सन मुख मुखी आजू. जो नेगेटिव एटमॉस्फेयर है, राम उसको पॉजिटिव बना देते हैं. He gives 4 reasons why I will accept your वचन, why I am going to abide by your words. बोलते हैं, पहला, मुनिगण मिलन, मैं जंगल जाऊंगा तो I will meet sages and seers, which is not possible if I am in Ayodhya. सब ही भांति हित मोर, How beneficial it will be to me when I meet sages and seers. My knowledge will increase. I will be such a spiritual person. और तेरे महापितु आया सुबहुरी, and then Pita has ordered, so he will be also happy that my son has accepted my words. And सम्मत जननी तोर, and माँ तुम भी तो यही चाहती हो. So your wish also be fulfilled. And the fourth reason he is saying, Bharat Pran Priya Pavali Raja. My dear, dear beloved brother Bharat will get the kingdom. इससे ज्यादा मुझे और क्या चाहिए. सो माँ डोंट वरी, जो कह के ही सोच रही थी कि कहीं राम पूरे अयोध्या में विप्लव ना कर दे, वो राम किस तरह सारी स्थिति को, नेगेटिव को पॉजिटिव बना देते हैं. So, I'm concluding now कि Indian scriptures offer profound insights into various aspects of business management, from leadership and strategy to ethics and teamwork. By integrating these ancient teachings with modern management practices, organizations can create more holistic, ethical, and sustainable business models that are well equipped to face the complexities of the contemporary world. To conclude, I would like to pay my humble tribute to Swargiya Shri Ratan Tata Ji, a visionary business leader, philanthropist, and enduring torch bearer for the business community. His contributions have left an indelible mark. His commitment to social welfare and ethical business practices will inspire generations to come. I take a couplet from Ramcharitmanas to pay my tribute to him. I'm offering this couplet to Ratan Tata Ji because I was thinking, I'm quoting Ramayana, so I should pay my tribute with a couplet only, with a chaupai only. बहुत सुंदर है. कीरति भनिति भूति भली सोई, सोर सरी सम सब कर हित हुई. Kirati means the fame, glory. Bhaniti means your verse, poetry, whatever you say. And bhuti, your richness, your affluence can only be good if by any of these three you do good to society. How? जैसे गंगा जी सबका भला करती हैं, उसी तरह जब आपकी ग्लोरी से औरों का भला हो, आपके वेल्थ से दूसरों का भला हो, आपके वर्ड से दूसरों का भला हो, तब जाकर के वो ग्लोरी ग्लोरी बनती है, वो कविता कविता बनती है, वो धन सार्थक होता है. और मुझे लगता है कि रतन टाटा जी के जो ग्लोरी है, उनका जो धन है, मैंने उनके सेइंग्स पढ़े हैं, they all are like really river Ganga which will always be beneficial for us. इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आप सबको प्रणाम करती हूँ. आपके धैर्य के लिए शायद मैंने समय लंबा ले लिया. आप सबको मैं बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करती हूँ for your very patience listening and inviting me among you. Thank you very much.
If you do not mind, we'll open it for some. Liked what you have said, right, and very relevant to the business. The only thing which I would like to add, in my humble opinion, is one of the lessons which I draw from these texts, Ramayana, especially is today's leadership is a lot of leaders have a syndrome called I know it all, right, which I feel if we put it in the context of Ramayana, right, so though Ramji was avatar of Vishnu, which he knew from start to end what was going to happen, but at every step in the process he has consulted, and at times he himself has said, I don't know, guide me. Either we take when सीता जी का हरण हुआ, या फिर उसके बाद भी जब उन्होंने विचार विमर्श किया. तो I think one of the lessons which I take
as a for leaders is we should all refrain from a syndrome called I know it all. Right. Thank you.
I just quoted one or two examples how Sri Ram was always consulting. He didn't need to consult anyone because he was omnipotent. He was knowing everything. But not only he listened to others, he also honored their words. That is the greatness of Bhagwan Ram. On each step, I tell you, I give you one example. When Vibhishan ji came as Sharnagar to take refuge because he was kicked by Ravan and he came to take refuge in the feet of Ramji. So Sugriv ne kaha ki don't do that, don't accept him, which is very normal. He is brother of our greatest enemy और हम उसी से युद्ध करने आए हैं, so don't accept him. राम जी ने कहा yes, you are right, 100% right. Sugriv, I honor your words, but because he himself has come as a Sharanagat, so मेरा ये नियम है, this is my principle, शरणागत कहूँजे तजहि निज अनहित अनुमान तेनर पावर पापमय तिनहि बिलोक कहानी. He says this कि शरणागत कहूँजे तजहि, if someone has come to take shelter to you, even he is your enemy, accept him. Because maybe he is in problem. So he has come. और दूसरी बात बोलते हैं कि don't be scared. लक्ष्मण है ना, यदि विभीषण has come with wrong intention, लक्ष्मण जी उनको देख लेंगे. But because he has come, though I honor your words, you are perfectly all right, but I cannot refuse to give him sharan. So श्री राम का तो पूछना.
प्रभु श्री राम ने जैसे जितने भी डाउन ट्रॉडन लोग थे उनको भी उन्होंने he has given the due importance. So likewise when we are working in our team, so as a leader we tend to allocate our works to the top performers. There are people who are not performing that well, but we need to appreciate them also. We need to give them due recognition so that they can also come up because they also have some potential. So this is, in my opinion, we can add one more dimension to it.
You are right. That even a small appreciation to your employees boost their morale. They can sacrifice their life for you if you are really appreciating their gestures, their attempts. Because no one is perfect. Everybody could not be Hanuman. But it doesn't mean that Ramji only accepted Hanuman and he kicked others. He knew जब वो नल और नील को ब्रिज बनाना है, the whole team has cooperated, the whole team has helped. So teamwork is also very important because I didn't want to take too long, so I just took only some points. But Ramayana is so big, there are thousands of examples we can give. I just wanted to be very, very, very brief. Even then I feel I have taken much time. तो इसलिए किसी point को मैंने जानबूझ के बहुत right.
How do you think, you see in corporate structure there are a lot of people who challenge the leaders. Do you think there was an instance when Ram was challenged? Of course he had a personal challenge, but was his leadership ever challenged? Because that's sometimes takes the leaders, makes the leader very, very uncomfortable.
हाँ, I know, I can understand.
Yeah.
हाँ, लेकिन रामायण में कहीं ने ही चैलेंज किया था कि you have to go to exile. But after that, as far as I know, no one has challenged कि your decision is wrong. Bharat ji आए थे, but Bharat ji didn't come to challenge. Bharat ji came to persuade him to go and take his kingdom because he was feeling very guilty and he was not liking that my eldest brother has gone to exile because of me and because of my mother. Otherwise, challenge तो उनको नहीं किया है.
Because that's one of the major challenges in the corporate sector, or for that matter any sector. I think that's why many of the top leaders also feel very, very insecure, and many of their decisions are also not taken very ethically. And in fact, I think I've seen in corporate, when you are able to help your colleagues, they to help you, but then what happens is there will be sometimes somebody would be trying to create problems. So this gentleman has to balance. So in the process, he doesn't become a very open leader. So are there instances in any other scriptures where such situations have been handled.
वैसे मैम बाली का खुद बाली ने चैलेंज किया,
बाली ने थोड़ा किया था, या यू आर राइट, क्योंकि बाली को उन्होंने छुप के मारा था राम जी ने बिकॉज ऑफ सुग्रीव। एंड इट्स वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग, कई लोग मुझसे से क्यों नहीं मदद ली, बिकॉज बाली वॉज सो स्ट्रॉन्ग, यू नो। सुग्रीव तो चूहा बन के रहता था, ही वॉज सो स्केयर्ड ऑफ हिज ओन ब्रदर बाली। सो some people asked me कि राम जी को तो बाली से हाथ मिला लेते तो 1 मिनट में काम हो जाता, ये सब इतना झंझट करना ही नहीं पड़ता। लेकिन मैं आपकी बात पे आ रही हूँ, बट आई वांटेड टू शेयर कि राम जी ने जानबूझ के सुग्रीव को से हाथ मिलाया। मुझे लगता है उसका कारण क्या है कि एक तो हनुमान जी ने कहा, दूसरी बात है सुग्रीव का दुख और राम जी का दुख सेम था एट दैट टाइम। सुग्रीव का भी राज्य छिन गया था, राम जी का भी राज्य था, और दोनों की पत्नी का आप जान रहे हैं। तो बोलते हैं ना कि जाके पैर ना फटे बीमारी, वो क्या जाने पीर पराई। तो राम जी को शायद लगा हो, कहीं लिखा नहीं है, जस्ट सेइंग, कि राम जी को लगा हो कि मेरा दुख दर्द सुग्रीव से ज्यादा कौन समझेगा, इसलिए पहले उन्होंने मदद की। लेकिन ऑफ कोर्स बाली और राम जी की कोई दुश्मनी नहीं थी। एंड बिकॉज ही किल्ड बाली, तो बाली ने पूछा मुझसे, या यू आर राइट, आई फॉरगॉट, बाली चैलेंज्ड राम जी बट नॉट एज ए लीडर। बाली का ये कहना था कि आपकी मुझसे क्या दुश्मनी थी, आपकी तो मुझसे कोई दुश्मनी नहीं थी, आपको मारना भी था तो सामने आके मारते, पीछे से क्यों आपने मारा। तो राम जी ने जो उसमें रिप्लाई दिया है रामचरितमानस में कि अनुज भगिनी सुतचारी, ये सुन सच कन्या सम एचारी, कि ये जो चार हैं वो कन्या के, मतलब ये चारों के ऊपर कुछ दृष्टि नहीं डालनी चाहिए, और तुमने अपने छोटे भाई की पत्नी को अपनी पत्नी बना लिया था, सो यू आर वेरी, यू नो, यू आर नॉट ए गुड पर्सन। ये हाँ, मतलब उन्होंने ये कहा। लेकिन यदि उसको आप चैलेंज मानते हैं तो आई थिंक ओनली बाली हैज चैलेंज्ड, यू आर राइट, बट नॉट एज राम एज ए लीडर। आपने कहा एज ए लीडर इसने चैलेंज किया, हाँ, जैसे चैलेंज किया, उसको समझाया, बट नॉट राम जी को ऐसे एज ए लीडर नहीं किसी ने चैलेंज किया।
Not upward or downward. Say, for example, there's a toxic environment in the workplace, and it's not working anymore. There's a toxic. You can hear me, no, madam? Yeah. So, if there's a toxic environment in the workplace, sticking to your own moral compass and all those qualities that you talked about that are present in Lord Ram, the righteousness, the goodness, the goodwill towards others. Do you think that light in today's scenario will be able to push out the darkness that exists around you in those situations?
No, you are right. है तो मुश्किल, लेकिन बोलते हैं कि अपनी ओर से तो हमें अटेम्प्ट करना चाहिए। हम एक दिया जलाएंगे तो एक दिए से so many lamps are lighted. So we should make our efforts. दूसरा कुछ गलत कर रहा है तो हम क्यों गलत करें, इसका मतलब हम भी उसी की तरह बन रहे हैं ना। सो आई थिंक ultimately that person will realize that he is doing wrong, but I don't think we should stop our attempts, our efforts. मुझे तो यही लगता है।
Thank you.
आप देखेंगे आजकल, nowadays you see with all the politicians or everybody, or they have become very, very, started distributing money and others. I'm not talking about anything, not here or anything.
Yeah, you are talking in general.
Is there anything in the Chanakya Arthashastra on that, in terms of not having profligacy in public funding?
मैंने अर्थशास्त्र तो नहीं पढ़ा है, that is a very big book on politics, लेकिन मैंने चाणक्य नीति पढ़ी है। चाणक्य नीति में मुझे नहीं याद आ रहा है कि कहीं इस तरह की बात हो, जबकि हमारे यहाँ एक चीज़ मानी गई है, मैं जितना समझती हूँ, नॉट ओनली चाणक्य बट दैट इज द our whole governance एंड पॉलिटिक्स इज बेस्ड ऑन दैट. हमारे यहाँ 4 नीतियाँ राजनीति में मानी गई. आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ यू नो द 4 नीतिज आर साम, दान, दंड और भेद. आई थिंक आप सबको मालूम होगा. दीज 4 आर द बेसिक नीति जिसको बोल सकते हैं. नीति को क्या बोलेंगे? प्रिंसिपल्स, जिनको राजा लोग अप्लाई करते थे. तो पहले तो राजा लोग होते थे, बट वहाँ जो कुछ कहा गया वो हमारी लाइफ में भी पूरा अप्लाई होता है. साम का मतलब है कि इफ लाइक मी एंड यू वी हैव सम इश्यूज, सो द फर्स्ट वे ऑफ सेटलिंग इज साम. साम का मतलब है इन ए वेरी पीसफुल वे. वी कम, वी टॉक एंड आई आस्क यू, ओके, व्हाट आर your problems with me, you ask me, and then we say, okay, you know, we have to finish this, neither you are in peace nor I'm in peace, और हम दोनों we are good people, and हमने उसको शांति से समझा दिया, कहानी खत्म हो गई, and then we become one. We have forgotten our all the, you know, bitterness or whatever we had differences. ये है साम. दूसरा है दान. दान का मतलब है वही जो अब वो उसको हम आज गलत रूप में कर रहे हैं, लेकिन वो था. दान का मतलब है कि मैंने आपसे बात की, आप मेरी बात बिल्कुल सुनने को तैयार नहीं है, और मुझे ये लगता है कि यू आर वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग. आपसे दुश्मनी लेना मेरे लिए ठीक नहीं है. इफ यू आर वेरी वीक तो मैं आपसे दुश्मनी ले लूंगी, ठीक है, लेकिन यू आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, आई कांट टेक दुश्मनी विथ यू, तो मैं आपको कुछ दान दे दूंगी. दान का मतलब है, अब उसको हम गिफ्ट बोल दें, उसको हम ब्राइब बोल दें, इट डिपेंड्स ऑन यू हाउ व्हाट वर्ड्स वी गिव, लेकिन उसको कहा है दान. दान देना. सेकेंड आ गया, देखिए, शाम के तुरंत बाद दान. इसका मतलब उस समय भी, पुराने जमाने में भी ब्राइब, गिफ्ट ये तो था. और आपको मालूम है, मे बी यू विल बी अमेज्ड टू नो, और मे बी यू नो आल्सो, पहले क्यों राजाओं की इतनी शादियां होती थी. एक एक राजा की आपने सुना है 400 शादी, 500 शादियां. यस यस, मुझे मालूम नहीं बोलना चाहिए कि नहीं, लेकिन वाल्मीकि रामायण में है राजा दशरथ की मोर देन 300 वाइफ्स. मतलब मे बी ही डिडंट हैव मच रिलेशन विद देम, लेकिन थी. वो क्यों होती थी? क्योंकि राजा लोग क्या करते थे, मैं भी राजा हूँ, आप भी राजा हो. मैंने कहा ना, मेरी और आपकी दुश्मनी है. आई वॉन्ट टू इन्वेड एंड टेक योर किंगडम. ठीक है, पहले यही तो होता था ना, लोग अटैक करते थे, उनका किंगडम अपने में ले लेते, चक्रवर्ती राजा बन जाते थे. चक्रवर्ती मतलब ऑफ द होल अर्थ. तो और उसके बाद वो यज्ञ करना, ये सब आप जानते हैं. तो मान लीजिए कि मुझे लगा कि यू आर वेरी पावरफुल, तो मैं क्या करूंगी, आपसे कहूंगी कि ओके, हम कुछ दे देती हूँ मैं आपको, और मैं अपनी बेटी या अपनी बहन की शादी आपसे कर दूंगी. उससे क्या होगा, नाउ यू हैव बिकम माई रिलेटिव, यू विल नेवर थिंक ऑफ हार्मिंग मी, बिकॉज आप समझ रहे, बिकॉज अब हम लोग फैमिली मेंबर हो गए ना, अब हम लोग रिलेटिव हो गए. तो इस तरह से पहले लोग दान में बहुत कुछ देते थे. जमीन देते थे, गिफ्ट देते थे, उसको हम ब्राइड बोल सकते हैं, लेकिन अपनी बेटी बहन की शादियां उस राजा से करते थे. इसीलिए एक एक राजा की 1000 बीवियां हो जाती थी. तो दान तो पहले भी था, लेकिन अब उसका रूप बदलता जाता है. और तीसरा था दंड, वो आप जानते होंगे. मैं आपको दान दे रही हूँ, फिर भी आप नहीं सुनते. आप बोलते मुझे नहीं चाहिए आपका दान, रखो, मैं तो अटैक करूंगा. तब फिर मैं आपको दंड दूंगी, पनिश करूंगी. कैसे? मे बी आई एम वीक, आई विल हैव फ्रेंडशिप विद अदर किंग्स एंड आई बिकम पावरफुल, एंड देन मैं आपको दंड दूंगी. और वो दंड भी काम नहीं किया, मुझे लगा नो आई एम वेरी वीक, आई कैन नॉट पनिश यू, बेहतर है चुप रहो. तो फिर भेद, फोर्थ, आप दोनों की दोस्ती है, मैं आप दोनों की में दुश्मनी करा दूंगी, तो यू हैव बिकम वीक. तो ये सब पहले भी चलता था.
Thank you. Thank you, Vinuji, for a very, very wonderful lecture. I think all of us are quite enriched today, and I think it also motivates us to go back to our scriptures, learn, and maybe it gives, I mean, we will be trying to learn many more from you. Thank you very much. Thanks for your valuable time. I know you are very, very busy normally. Radha, can I request you please come in and hand over a small gift to you? Thank you.
इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं थी, अपने घर में है।
Thank you and
very much to all of you. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
I forgot to. I always thank Mr. Adya for the premises. He's always, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
He's the